Major provocation by Pakistan. An Indian soldier has been killed in an encounter at LoC near Uri. Now, the Chinar Corps of the Indian Army have confirmed the loss of life of Sepoy Banoth Anil Kumar, who was martyred while performing operational duty along the line of control in the Baramulla district. Remember, this is a major provocation by Pakistan and the first Pak military action since Operation Sindoor, a bid by Pakistan's army to push terrorists in India. Well, tracking more on this story for you, in a fresh provocation from Pakistan, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has threatened India, saying that the enemy would not be allowed to snatch even one drop of water belonging to the country. He went on further, saying that any attempt would result in India being taught a lesson so harsh that it would be left holding its ears. This is yet another empty threat coming in from Pakistan, which is cornered in the face of India's steely resolve, taking stringent action and exposing its role, of course, as a terror haven. Now, India has strongly condemned these remarks. Well, with our shifting tracks to other stories, US State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce said that the United States' relationship with both Pakistan and India remains unchanged, adding that the diplomats are committed to both nations. Now, her remarks came after Pakistan's Army Chief General Asim Munir's comments in Florida, where he reportedly said that Pakistan could use nuclear weapons to take down India and half the world in an event of an existential threat. Now, Bruce mentioned the recent ceasefire between India and Pakistan, saying that it could have escalated badly. Now, Bruce also claimed credit for the ceasefire, saying that the immediate action was taken at the time by US Vice President J.D. Vance and President Donald Trump and even Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Let's in fact listen in to what Tammy Bruce had to say.
Our relationship with both nations is as it has been, which is good, and that is the benefit of having a president who knows everyone, talks to everyone, and that is how we can bring differences together in this case. So it's clear that the diplomats here are committed to both nations. I can tell you also that there has been a U.S.-Pakistan counterterrorism dialogue that was established. At this dialogue in Islamabad, the United States and Pakistan reaffirmed their shared commitment to combating terrorism in all its forms and manifestations during this latest round of the talks in Islamabad. The United States and Pakistan discussed ways to enhance cooperation to counter terrorist threats, and I think that for the region and for the world, the United States working with both those nations is good news and will promote a future that's beneficial.
While with our shifting tracks to other stories, India's most wanted illegal arms supplier, Sheikh Salim alias Salim Pistol, has been brought back after being arrested in Nepal on August 9th. Now, for years, Salim had been supplying sophisticated weapons from Pakistan into India. Investigators have found evidence linking him to Pakistan's intelligence agency, ISI, and Dawood Ibrahim's D Company. Salim Pistol was a key supplier of arms to top gangsters, including Lawrence Bishnoi and Hashim Baba. Now, his name has also surfaced in the Sidhu Moosewaala murder case as well. Now, he was arrested by the Delhi police in 2018, but later managed to flee abroad. Shifting focus to other stories at this point in time, an arrest has been made in the brutal assault of a 70-year-old Sikh man in North Hollywood. The 70-year-old Harpal Singh remains in coma after a brutal assault near a Gurudwara. He was struck repeatedly with a golf club in what many are calling a hate crime. While the suspect has been arrested, the Sikh community is demanding that authorities officially recognize racial motivation behind the attack. Shifting focus to other stories, as the world counts down to August 15th as Trump-Putin Alaska meet, Ukraine's president is standing firm, saying that his country will not give up any land to Russia. He's further also warned, saying that it would only fuel a future war. Now, Zelensky rejected any deal that would see Ukraine and withdraw from parts of Donbass, calling it potential launchpad for new Russian attacks. Now, this comes as the Russian sabotage groups breached Ukrainian lines in eastern Donbass, advancing 6 miles in just 3 days. Ukraine's military says it's deploying reinforcements to hold the front. Now, Zelensky also revealed that Russia may be preparing a major new offensive this fall with 30,000 troops. Here's in fact a report on what can be expected at the Alaska summit. Take a look.
Here's what to know about this meeting. The location, which took everyone by surprise, will be Alaska. It'll be Putin's first trip to the US in 10 years. There's an ICC arrest warrant in place for Putin for accusations of war crimes in Ukraine. But since the US is not a member, there's no obligation to arrest him. For now, President Volodymyr Zelensky isn't going to take part. The absence of Ukraine is alarming European allies that Kyiv may be pressured to agree to a deal that favours Russia. It's hard to see what the summit could produce in terms of a concrete peace plan for Ukraine, given the Ukrainian and Russian positions on how to achieve this are so far apart. Trump has said several times that there could be an agreement on land swaps. Whatever happens, the meeting is a diplomatic coup for Putin, who's keen to show that he's not isolated and has a place at the table alongside the US president. For his part, Donald Trump said he would know within moments whether a deal can be made to end the fighting in Ukraine or whether it would be time for him to walk away.
Well, with that, shifting tracks to other stories, Russian President Vladimir Putin has reaffirmed his friendship with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un ahead of his talks with Donald Trump on Friday. Now, Putin and Kim spoke on Tuesday with the Russian leader, praising Pyongyang's military power for his country's war against Ukraine. Kim and Putin reaffirmed their commitment to further development of friendship relations and good neighborliness and cooperation. Now, this comes as Russia has been making fresh military advances in Ukraine, leading to a sudden thrust near the eastern town of Dobropilya and advancing 10 kilometers, about 6 miles in a short period of time. Shifting tracks to other stories, the US H1B visa, one of the most sought-after work permits for foreign professionals, is set for a major shake-up. The White House has cleared a proposal to replace the long-standing lottery draw with a wage-based selection system, potentially starting from the fiscal year 2027 cycle. The proposed shift from the H1B Lottery to a wage-based selection system is moving forward, but it is not yet in effect. The White House says that 23 people were arrested in Washington, D.C. after a massive law enforcement surge on Monday night. Now, President Donald Trump deployed the National Guard troops and took control of the D.C. police, raising concerns about similar actions in other cities. About 850 federal officers and agents were sent into the city. They made arrests for crimes including homicide, drug trafficking, and gun violations. Now, 6 illegal firearms were also recovered. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said that this is just the beginning of a months-long federal crackdown on crime. Mayor Muriel Bowser also said that she will work with federal authorities to make the most of the extra resources. However, critics say that Trump's move is an attack on local control and a distraction from political issues. President Donald Trump has also said that he may take similar actions in cities like Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles. Meanwhile, here's what the DC police is saying.
We have been working collaboratively. I think this is going to be a good effort. It's going to be an effort that's supported by both teams, the Metropolitan Police Department, as well as our federal partners. As you know, we work daily with them. What we've done at this point is we have provided the team, the administrator, with a strategic plan on how we will provide resources around our city. I think it's something that is doable. We know that we have to get illegal guns off of our street. And if we have this influx or enhanced presence, it's going to make our city even better.
Shifting focus to Iran at this point in time, now Iran could hold direct nuclear talks with the United States if conditions are suitable. First Vice President Mohammad Reza Arif said on Tuesday, according to the state media. But he said that US demands for Tehran to drop uranium enrichment entirely were a joke. A 6th round of talks between Tehran and Washington were suspended following Israeli and US strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities in June. Now, both powers accused Iran of seeking nuclear weapons, an accusation Tehran has rejected. Shifting focus to other stories, after 5 long years, India and China are set to resume direct passenger flights as soon as next month. Air connectivity between the two nations has been suspended since the COVID-19 pandemic. Indian airlines like Air India and Indigo have been asked to prepare for flights to China on short notice. An official announcement is expected during the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit at the end of August, where Prime Minister Modi may meet Chinese President Xi Jinping. Direct flights stopped in 2020 following border clashes and rising tensions. Since then, travellers had to take long indirect routes through hubs like Hong Kong or Singapore. Shifting focus to other stories, at least 3 people have died in a scorching heat wave that is fueling dozens of wildfires across parts of southern Europe, forcing thousands of people from their homes. Now, red heat alerts have been issued in parts of Italy, France, Spain, Portugal and the Balkans, warning of significant risks to health as temperatures push up above 40 degrees Celsius. Spain's weather service EMET has said that temperatures could reach 44 degrees in Seville and Corboda, while southern Portugal could also hit 44 degrees Celsius. As the UK's 4th heatwave of the year drives temperatures up to some 33 degrees Celsius, the government has declared a drought in 5 separate regions and farmers fear a poor harvest. The UK Health Security Agency issued a yellow health alert for older adults and those with medical conditions on Tuesday. The UK Met Office data show the year 2025 has experienced a dry 6 months of July since 1976. The reservoirs fell by 2% last week and are now on a 67.7% full average across England.
Money tied up in these crops, and to see them going in, pretty much planting into dust, worrying that we might not actually be able to get a crop from them is worrying, and it makes you consider whether it's worth doing it in the future, because we do have these big fluctuations in weather that we just don't know how to plan from year to year.
Now, Madonna has urged Pope Leo to visit Gaza and bring his light to the children before it's too late. The US Queen of Pop shared her plea on social media, saying that the pontiff was the only one who cannot be denied entry. Her intervention came as the United Kingdom, as well as the EU, Australia, Canada and Japan have issued a statement saying that the famine is unfolding in front of our eyes and urged action to reverse starvation.